想在华尔街的资本市场里游走，又不想跟着股市七上八下，经济学家给出了建议。
And those bonds are considered to be very, very safe investments because they're guaranteed by the U.S. government.
If you're going to invest $1 into treasury bonds, you're going to get that dollar back.
以往都是大国持有美国国债，现在却出现不同的情势。
China's pulled back as a buyer. Japan has pulled back as a buyer.
China and Japan have not over many, many years been huge buyers.
I feel like we have not paid attention to the treasury market because it was a market for foreigners or for the Fed. Now it's a market for all of us and it's giving you better yield. So it's something which we should not ignore.
尽管日本还有中国大陆仍然是美国国债两大持有者，但从2022年就开始大幅减少。在这个时机点，联准会也开始升息。虽然美债殖利率也跟着上升到历史新高点，但对包括日本来说，这项投资却不见得划算。
Because if I am a life insurance company in Japan, my liabilities are in yen. And so even if I earn a lot of dollars on my treasury position, I need to hedge it back to yen because my payment is made in yen.
The cost of buying treasuries on a currency-adjusted basis has gone up quite meaningfully over the last 6 months.
联准会先前祭出量化宽松政策，掌握大量的美债，但随着收紧量化宽松政策，开始有不同的资金进入美债市场。
Just a year ago, the Fed was a big buyer. But the Fed steps in when they are doing QE, quantitative easing, is where they step in as a buyer. And so now the new marginal buyer is really U.S. domestic investors. And who's that? That's mutual funds, households, pension, insurance.
为了让美股市场降温，升息脚步一度加快，殖利率也不断攀升，尤其10年期的殖利率更是在去年底达到5%，突破历史新高，大笔资金也流向美债市场。
The risk-free rate, let's say the 10-year yield from a treasury perspective, is very, very high, and you as an investor just feels like all I need is a 5% return on my savings. Well, guess what? That's where you're probably going to just put it into treasury yields.
尽管因为联准会预计在下半年降息，专家认为5%的新高点不在，但仍旧看好美债的发展。
I would say in general, I am positive on bonds. Fed is done. It's a good hedge against risk assets, and there's likely to be money moving out of money market funds and bank deposits into bonds.
I would say that if you go back in history, these yields are still very, very attractive compared to what we've seen for past 15, 20 years, so to say.
专家认为，尽管短期内美债波动大，但以中长期投资角度来看，以及下半年进入降息循环，还会有更多获利空间，因此持续看好美债的投资市场。TVBS 新闻综合报道。
想看最完整的新闻内容，记得下载 TVBS 新闻网 APP。